Hello everyone, I'm Abhi from Fitness, Nutrition and Mindset, and I help busy professionals in losing fat and building muscles and living a healthy overall life. So my program is mostly building habits and behaviors around your lifestyle and fitting fitness into your lifestyle. And I've been helping 90 plus clients. And if you want to talk to me regarding your fitness goals, the link is in the comment section. So feel free to book a 15 minutes call or if you would like to join my Facebook fitness group, the link is in the comment section. So let me know what help you need with your fitness goals and we can keep moving. So with that being said, let's start with today's topic, right? So before that, I have a story to say. So consistency. Consistency is the most important thing in fitness. Okay. You can go and work out for multiple hours every day for a couple of months, but if you leave doing workouts and eating properly in the long term, your fitness is not going to work out, right? So when I mean to say is I have always again and again and again seen people who are consistent are the only one who are successful with their fitness, right? So if you want to maintain your body fat percentage close to 15% or below, you have to be consistent with your workouts, consistent with what you're eating, measure what you're eating, how much you're eating, how your body is behaving, how much you're resting. You have to be consistent with all these things. And if you cannot be consistent, unfortunately, you can't stay close to 15% body fat, or it's very difficult to stay fit, right? So be consistent with whatever you are doing, right? Even if it takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes, try to go to do workouts, and it can be dumbbell, body weight, whatever. I think it's very easy. It's very, very easy to stay below 15% body fat if you learn the systems and processes in my fitness program. So if you have any questions, just book a call with me and let's see if we can work together. So that being said, today's topic is, I think a lot of people came to me. I think those are very skinny guys and they need some nutrition advice because they have been eating mass gainers and all the artificial supplements to gain weight, right? Which is not the right way to do. So I just thought that let's have a video to explain what advice can I give you, at least from the nutrition perspective, right? So let's start with it, right? So this is mainly how skinny guys or hard gainers can gain size, right? And whenever they try to eat whatever they can, but they just don't see the scale moving up, right? So there are few basics that you guys have to master to get out of that skinny mode and start building muscles and losing fat as well, right? So the first is the eating protocol that you have to see. The first eating protocol is eat in a surplus, right? So when I say surplus, take your body weight and multiply it with like 15, right? And shoot for like around zero point 0.5 to 1 pound of weight gain a week, right? So you are a hard gainer. You are eating 4,000 calories and not gaining weight, right? So that's the harsh truth. If the scale is not going up, you need to eat more, right? So but just have a look, right? Take your body weight, multiply it by 15, see what number you come up with, right? If you are 200 pounds and let's multiply it by 15, this comes around 3,000 calories, right? Try to eat around that and see how your weight is changing. It should not change more than 1 pound every week, right? So skinny guys mostly have a very fast metabolism, right? So and they absorb and burn through calories way more efficiently than anyone else, right? So it's a catch 22 situation that they are facing. So concentrate on eating the surplus and eat whatever number I gave you. Try to eat in that particular term. Okay. The second thing you have to focus is on your protein, right? Most people underestimate this more than anything else. If you want to calculate how much protein you need, it'll be like zero point 0.8 grams to 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight, right? So that might be 30 to 40 grams of protein every meal, okay? If you're not calculating, make sure your protein serving size is the size and thickness of your palm for each meal, right? So that's when you're not calculating. If you can measure, that's the best thing, right? And sources can be like turkey, beef, steak, chicken, fish, eggs, dairy, whatever you like, right? Involve all those protein sources. But if you're not eating close to zero point 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight, it will be difficult for you guys to gain any weight. Okay. The third thing is, how should you eat carbs? So carbs, I would say, is like around 30 to 40% of your intake should be carbs, right? To support your muscle recovery and performance in the gym. So if you are calculating, you have scales and everything, just see that it's around, if your total caloric intake is 2000 calories, right? So your carbs intake should be like zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.4 times of 2000 calories. So let's see, zero point 0.3 times of 2000 calories might be around 600 to 700 calories, right? You should plan to take from carbs, right? That's going to benefit you a lot while going into the gym. You're going to be better with your workout. You're going to get stronger and put on some good muscles, right? So that's one thing. And for carbs also, I think if you are not kind of measuring, right? So you don't have a measuring scale or anything. So the best way is carb serving the size of closed fist each meal, right? So if you have quinoa, just serving size, just take quinoa in your fist and just close it. That's how much carbs you need, right? Shoot for, I think, two fistfuls post workout. So every meal, I think, once you are done with your workout, take, like, if you're eating quinoa or something, right, just two fist, whatever quantity comes of quinoa in your fist, like two fistfuls, and just eat those carbs, right? If you're not measuring, and for each meal also shoot for two fistfuls, right? So that's how you have to take carbs so that you start gaining weights, right? Now coming back to fat, fat should be like 20-25% of your calories, right? So whatever a caloric intake is, the caloric intake is 2000 calories, your fat should be around 500, right? 450, 500 calories. That's what you need to plan for, right? So if you're not calculating, this should essentially be a serving size, right? Or with each meal. For example, that could be a tablespoon of olive oil or a quarter cup of almonds, whatever, right? Or other sources, maybe nut butters, nuts, olive oil, egg yolks, right? So try to eat all those and just see how many calories are coming from fat and be very mindful of that. Okay. Another thing is, I have seen a lot of hard gainers, skinny guys, eating anything and everything just to gain weight, and that's not the right way, right? So you have to concentrate on eating more high quality foods. Okay. Now, if you're a hard gainer, right, whether it is because you get full easily or your caloric intake needs to be a lot, right, higher than the average person, stick with high quality sources, right? But if that's not enough, feel free to make high calorie protein shakes and eat calorically dense foods, right? So that you can hit your goal a little easier. Okay. Again, 90% of the time, just stick with high quality foods, but use this as a tool to help you get the rest of the way, right? 3000 calories of potato and white rice gets boring, right? Every time. So, so try to have most of your food coming from high quality foods. Okay. Another thing is, a lot of skinny guys come and they have a problem that, okay, I'm not able to gain weight and all those things. So the number one problem you guys have is you are not consistent, right? So consistency has to be there. Okay. It is the most important thing. So stay consistent, right? Have week to week check-ins, right, with your fitness coach, and add or remove 200 calories if you are gaining or losing too quickly, right? So you have to measure how much weight you are gaining every week, right? So it's a process and involves a lot of experimentation. So embrace it and learn what your body responds best to. Okay. Even with my leaner clients who eventually gave up, they all said their best progress came when they were able to stay consistent following all these rules. Okay. So because you're a hard gainer, The moment you let go of the high calorie, your body will burn through anything else, and thus your weight will quickly drop down again, right? So you have to be consistent with your calorie intake, with your protein intake, with your carbs and fats, right? And keep them to this quantity only. Okay, don't go too high on carbs or fats or protein, right? Just try to go on these like that. Then again, I think another thing is right. Couple of skinny guys I was working with, they were consistent, eating well and everything, but they were not measuring. Okay, so they were just kind of eating, just trying to have emotional feeling that yeah, I'm gaining weight, I'm looking bigger, and all those things, and they tend to put on a lot of fat. Okay, so I would say use body fat as as an indication, okay, that you can find maybe in the gym or anywhere, right? In body machine or those handheld body fat testers. They are not very accurate, right? But use them every other week or month to month to see where you are going with your body fat percentage, because being skinny and eating more, you are going to put a lot of fat as well, right? So if you are following all my protocols, since you are eating more, right, you might put on a lot of fat if you're not measuring correctly, right? So if you are eating according to what I'm saying and you're measuring every week and you're not putting in more than 1 pound every week, you will not put any major fat, okay? And you're strength training consistently, whatever you're putting in, it's going to be mostly muscles, right? So, but if you're not consistent, not doing anything, just eating anything and everything, you have to measure your body fat percentage every other week or every month, right? To see that you're not going in the wrong direction. So, so concentrate on this, right? Eat calories, whatever your body weight is, multiplied by 15 or 16. That's your calorie intake. Try to eat it. Eat this protein intake, carbs, fats. Okay, concentrate on that and be consistent. Another thing that I have tried with my very lean clients is I just give them that, okay, you are fine drinking your calories, right? Because drinking calories is very easy. That's the fastest way to like build upon your calorie intake for the day. So like if some one of my client likes to drink milk, so he drinks a lot of milk that day, right? One of my client likes to have a lot of what do you say, um that drink I can't remember, muscle milk, right? So he drinks a lot of muscle milk sometimes, right? One of my client likes to eat a lot of liquidy yogurt, right? So he eats that a lot. So it depends, right? If you can find some kind of liquid calories, just try to drink them off. That's one of the ways I have used. But again, be consistent with the high quality foods, right? Concentrate on eating and drinking high quality foods. Another thing is, uh, I have seen this a lot, that a lot of people are sleeping very less, right? So sleep more if possible. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That's going to help you in building more muscles, yeah, right? So and it's going to help you get stronger in the gym, right? Once you're getting stronger, it'll ensure that you're not putting a lot of body fat, and also it'll ensure that you're putting in muscles, which is like you're putting in some weight as well, right? So sleep more if possible. Another point is, sometimes I have used this technique only once with my client, very leaner client, and this is dirty bulking, right? But we have to be very, very careful, right? So that client, I tried everything. He was eating in surplus. He was consistent with the workout, sleeping more, drinking more calories. His weight was increasing only 1 pound per week. But what we saw is after few weeks, few months, his weight used to stall and just doesn't respond. His metabolism was like 20 times faster than the average person, right? So what did we do? We tried, after like a lot of months of trying, testing, and experimentation, we started on dirty bulking. Dirty bulking means, yeah, he was eating some few ice creams and few chocolates to make things happen. So that was the one technique that worked for him, right? After a few months, yeah, he gained a little bit of body fat, but he gained a lot of muscles as well, right? And then we went into a little bit of calorie deficit and trimmed off all his fat. and he was only having a lot of muscles that he gained, right? So that's one way, dirty bulking, but be very, very careful because you can gain body fat very fast uh, if you're doing dirty bulking, okay? And work with a fitness coach if you are working, right? Because the person I was working with, he was an athlete and he was looking to get into bodybuilding. So that's one thing. Another thing is lift with more rest time in between, right? So people say, okay, keep working out, keep working out, keep working out, don't stop, right? That's not the right way. For you, I would say lift heavy, right? Heavy means with optimum weight, what your body can handle for 8 to 10 reps, right? But be sure that you are taking a good rest time between your workouts, right? So if you completed one of your set for barbell bench press, take at least 1.5 minutes of rest and then go back again to do another set, right? Because I want your muscles to fully recover before you went and perform another set so that your starting strength goes very high, right? So if you're doing sets again and again and again, your muscles have not recovered from the previous set, and building starting strength is very difficult, right? So that's why I say that give 1.5 minutes of rest between each set, mostly for hard gainers. Okay, that's how you need to exercise. Another thing is a lot of hard gainers, they see their biceps is not growing or triceps is small, and they focus on bicep curls, triceps extension. That's not going to work. If you are a hard gainer, you have to do compound movements like deadlifts, bench press, chin ups, pull ups, or squats. These are all the kind of compound movements that is going to build your strength. These isolation movements, like bicep curls and all those things, are not going to work. Okay, so concentrate more on the compound movements and let go of the isolation exercises, right? So the kind of workouts I generally recommend for skinny guys, hard gainers, is 3 days full body workout, and rest of the days are active recovery days. Okay. And for the nutrition protocol, I think, as I said, eat all the carbs, protein, and fats. As I said, calories, we already discussed, multiply your body weight by 15 or 16 and try eating that. And but the most important thing is, if you are not measuring somewhere, if you are not working with a fitness coach, all these things are not, may not work. Okay, until unless you are kind of a very, very aggressive in your approach to have habits and behaviors, it might work. But you need to have some coach who can keep you accountable with the process, measure your results, right? And see where you are going with your weight gains and weight loss, right? Because the risk is that either you might not gain any weight or you might gain a lot of fat, right? So there has to be an optimal approach and measurements taken every weekend or every week or every day also. Okay, so because it's very tricky situation, right? It's you won't find a lot of people who are hard gainers and they can eat anything and their metabolism is very fast, at least in this age, right? So it's again a catch 22 situation where you have to monitor your body fat very closely if you are eating high, because certainly once you start gaining that body fat, it's going to take a long time to trim it off, right? So measure your results, follow all these protocols, and see how your body is coming up, right? So I'll go through these points again for the hard gainers. Uh, the first one that I said is that you have to have your calories as your body weight multiplied by 15 or 16. Eat those many. Okay. Measure your weight every day, right? And it should not go beyond, like, it should not increase. The weekly weight increases should not be more than 1 pound per week. Okay. For the protein, we already said that it has to be zero point 0.8 grams to 1 gram per pound of your body weight every day, right? For carbs, I think mostly 30 to 40% of your total caloric intake, and the fat has to be 20 to 30% of your total caloric intake. Okay, and then the thing is, you might have to change those a little bit based on the feedback coming from your body, and you have to measure. If you're not measuring, I think these things are not useful. Okay, Another thing is be consistent. Be consistent with your workouts, with your measuring, with your waist measurements, with your weight measurements, with your sleep measurements. Then only these things will work, right? It's a process, and there will be a lot of experimentation. So you have to work with a fitness coach if you're a skinny guy, because it's a very difficult situation to be in. Okay. And the last was that use body fat as a gauge, right? How much body fat are you gaining, not gaining? Don't completely rely on your weight, because you might be gaining weight, but maybe it might be all body fat and no muscles you're gaining, right? So concentrate on this, and then try to drink your calories, sleep more if possible. And if you're doing dirty bulking, I do it like 1 out of 100 skinny folks if I'm working with, right? So it's very, very rare dirty bulking. If someone's metabolism is like 20, 30 times faster than the average person, I prefer doing that. But again, we measure. We are doing it for a week or 2 weeks, but we are measuring. If we are not measuring, I am not doing it. Neither that person is doing it. Okay. And then left with at least 1.5 minutes of rest interval between your different sets. Okay, try doing that, and then don't focus on isolation movements. Focus on compound movements like squats, deadlifts, bench press, and you'll see huge gains not only in your legs and everywhere, but your biceps and triceps are going to grow just because of this compound movements. So concentrate on all these points, and I'm sure I think all the skinny guys or hard gainers will make great improvements in the next 2 to 3 to 4 months. But realize it's a process, okay? It's a data driven process where you have to measure and work with someone. If you're going all alone in this journey, it's the it may happen, right? It may happen if you have dialed in habits and behaviors, but most of the times it's very difficult if there's no one to keep you accountable, to work with you, to change your numbers, to see your measures, right? So that's mostly the topic for today. So if you would like to talk to me, right, if you're skinny, or if you have a lot of fat to lose, or if you'd like to build muscles, have your metabolism dialed up in a good position, let's talk, right? My link is in the comment section below, and I'm opening few spots year end and offering a 28% discount in my program. So just book a call or join my fitness group and let me know if you have any questions, right? And I would love to answer everything. So guys, stay healthy, stay fit, and I hope your holiday season goes well. So see you again next time.